Hello students, today we are going to start another topic, and that is quadratic equations. Now, although you have already done quadratic equation, but we'll do it again. Now, first of all, suppose it is written that 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. All of you know that this equation is called a linear equation. Linear equation. Okay. Why it is called a linear equation? Because here the highest power of x or the unknown is 1. When the highest power of x or the unknown is 1, then it is called a linear equation. And now if I try to solve this linear equation, then I'll write 3x is equal to 15 if you shift 15 to the other side. So x will be equal to 15 upon 3. X is equal to 15 upon 3. And 15 upon 3 is nothing but 5. And that is your answer. So you can see in a linear equation we will have only one value of the variable always. Here also x was the variable or the unknown, and we are getting only one value of x, that is 5. Now suppose there is an equation in the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now what is the difference between that equation and this equation? The difference is there the highest power of x, the unknown, was 1. Here the highest power of x is 2. Highest power of the unknown is 2. And that is why it is called a quadratic equation. This is called a quadratic equation. Now, when you solve a linear equation, as I have shown you, you will always get one value of x. But whenever you solve a quadratic equation, as the highest power of x is 2, then you will always have two values of x. You know, if we leave that is equal to 0 part, then it is a quadratic polynomial. And I have already told you in the previous class, previous topic, that the quadratic polynomial has two zeros, and those zeros are actually here values of x here, and that is why a quadratic equation always gives two values of x, and they are called the roots of the equation. The values of x are called the roots of the equation. Okay, always remember, in this equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, that is the quadratic equation. A should not be equal to 0, because if a is equal to 0, then it becomes a linear equation, because if a is 0, that x square term will vanish and we will have only bx plus c is equal to 0, so it will become a linear equation. So that is why a should not be equal to 0. Only then b can be equal to 0 or c can be equal to 0, but a should not be equal to 0. Only then we will get a quadratic equation. Clear? Now, in daily life, we face many situations when we form quadratic equations, and then we solve them to get the values of or the roots of that equation. Now I'll give you one such situation in form of a question. it is given John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each, and the product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. How many marbles how many marbles